Okay, now that we've chosen a team, we can get on. First thing you'll notice is obviously you start with a weapon. I actually did do a little bit of recording, but something messed up, so I have to redo it. Not a problem. It's got a very lovely tree. Actually, it's quite organic. It's not exactly, you know, the most beautiful. It's somewhat square, but you know they've tried to be somewhat frugal with the polygon count, but it's not bad, and the texture is actually pretty good. So anyway, enough of that. We can jump in here. You can actually get in out quite easily. It's a nice boat, which you can actually jump up into. Can't get up in the rafters, however. I imagine a few people might decide to do some camping here. I'm not 100% sure that it would be the wisest course of action. As you can see, there are numerous boats and so on that you can actually get up into. It doesn't appear, however, like we can get up onto that unless there's another structure I can jump up onto. Actually, it looks like the boat rises somewhat here. I'll try it one more time. It could be I'm derping it. Let's have one more test. Nope, not quite. Just a smidge out. Anyway, we can go through here and we can continue our look onto the right. Once again, more trucks and so on. Water is actually quite nice. Of course, it does make a lovely splash when you shoot it. So, anyway, I imagine some of this will be coming into play with team boostings and so on. Oh, it did look right. Nope. Apparently, when you get there, you start. First time I've actually loaded this map up, so I'm not able to show you everything with the greatest deal of. I actually wondered if that was some advertising and promotion, but no, it's not. So, let's see, we can't get into the docks, no, it's basically like an invisible wall, which is fair enough. You can get up in here, and of course, it looks like some kind of Florida marina or something, I'm assuming. You can, of course, close and open doors. I was not the one who did that. This actually is one of those maps which has a ridiculous amount of hidey holes. This is a diner, I bet that surprised and shocked you all. It's actually quite a nice amount of detail and the counters and stuff. Oddly enough, however, it does sound like they're actually somewhat metallic, so I don't know if I was happening to shoot a hinge or something. It's actually pretty good detail. You can even shoot signs. So it's quite nice. Spending far too much time doing that, as you can probably guess. So there's obviously the objective here. We can of course go up here, and we have a second floor, which of course would be quite good for either team because of the nature of the fact that it pretty much lurks over the objective. And we can also go around this route as well, if you want it to be somewhat more boring, rather than jump out of windows, such as say Rambo. I've not a clue whether you can get up there, to be honest. It's possible that you can be boosted up, then again it's also possible that you'll hit the ceiling of the world, as it shall be known. So I think you've got a fairly good idea of the map. It's actually quite an interesting looking one, actually. Epic Airy. I shall name it. What would be very cool is if paint started to come out of those, but, you know, no, it doesn't. So I think that's pretty much all of the map. I'll have a last little blast round just to make sure. The tree we've seen, the dino we've seen, boathouse we've seen, that little sheddy thing we've seen. Of course, the nuclear waste, which is always a good idea to shoot and slash. Ah, I don't think we've been in here. Quite nice, and of course it leads through there, so quite easy and all. Pretty sure you can't get beyond that fence. I think it's the end of the world, so to speak. So yeah, it's a fairly open map, but at the same time, although it's fairly open, it's pretty small. Actually, when I first saw the map on the overview screen, I actually thought it was going to be pretty damn big, but it's not. It's pretty small. But it's going to lead to some very interesting firefights, I think. So anyway, I think that that's a pretty good tour of this map. So hopefully you guys have at least kind of got an idea of what it's like. Ooh, actually, we've got a ladder as well, so there's another route to get up here. Just in case. I don't think there's going to be any question that you can, of course, get on the boat. You're probably going to be far too open, so I don't really think you're going to want to do that. If you are, you're probably going to be more like down here. But even then, you're probably going to get shot to hell and back, I suppose, maybe, if you can do that. I'm pretty sure you can't do this. And maybe you could do something like that. That's probably about your best bet for cover. Although if someone comes around, you're probably screwed. Which obviously you can't see around one of the sides properly. You know, if someone makes it around that street, for example. But at least you've got some cover, so you know, it's quite nice. So anyway, hopefully you guys have seen the map, and you know, I appreciate the splendour of the architecture somewhat. Ooh, actually, I'm just curious. Can we leap up here? We can. Apparently not. I don't know if I derped it or if there's a wall there. Let's try it one time. It looks like I derped it. Or not. No, you can't actually get up on it. Interesting. I actually thought I derped it. Strange, but no, you can't make that. I didn't think I derped it, but I now have a nice motorboat. So I'm going to claim this as my own, and I will hopefully see you guys around soon. Take care and goodbye.